the work is kind of, it's lots of little things. We've kind of come up with a system of
making videos, really.
Yeah.
I remember this art form called the 1 minute, and it's really just the one rule is it has to be 1 minute, no more, no less. And there was sort of a good rule for us to start playing around with all the ideas that we had.
The space is quite big, and so when we went in there, we were initially kind of thinking of something more sculptural that would fill the space more, because Thijs has also made some very beautiful sculptural work. But I think we decided that the time frame we had was going to make that kind of, and the distance and the logistics and budget and all this stuff. So we thought, actually, let's make something much more simple.
Yeah, you're going to see two big projections, and they have a correlation with each other. About time, really, just the constant theme.
Which also reflects the kind of collaboration in a way, the kind of conversation that's happened through this project. He's an amazing blender artist and works with CGI, and my work's very documentary. So we're very different in terms of, we both make moving image work, but it's from quite different kind of perspectives. But it also gives us this kind of place to play around with relationships and kind of meaning between the two screens. So we were kind of interested in this sort of initially this kind of juxtaposition between the real and the kind of virtual, and playing with these sorts of kind of hyper reality, you know, in places that are kind of real but maybe unreal. Yeah, so opposites or polarities, things that are kind of opposing each other, or just playing around with the relationship of these two screens and the sound as well. So, you know, you might see a picture of the forest, but you won't probably hear the forest. And we did some filming with a motion control unit, so we kind of slowly moving the camera very gradually around in these locations and playing around with the kind of orientation of the camera. And then Thijs has been making 3D stuff, and then we've been kind of doing some things that relate to religion and the sort of reflect on the context of the piece being in a church. I've been kind of going quite into my own kind of personal life. I've got two small kids. One's like 1.5 years, so you get all these little tiny fragments and moments of this kid's life that you catch on your phone.
Yeah, you made them like 1 second each.
Yeah, so there's like 1 second of 60 seconds of my life. So, and then we have done these portraits of people, which is something that we both were kind of interested in, you know, this sort of kind of cyclical kind of nature of time, and this sort of atemporal kind of thing of time, you know, bit like orbiting things, you know, sundials and things like that. In London, I worked with a friend on making a sort of custom-built LED ring light that is controllable from the computer. And so that's become a bit of a tool that we've used for some of the filming.
We filmed some people and we set the ring up, it's behind us, and put the person quite close behind it, so the light casts a shadow over the face. And we asked them to close their eyes and think about a minute.
I think what's going to come out of it is going to be very kind of beautiful. I'm really
I'm
really happy with some of the imagery we've made. I think it will have a very monolithic kind of feel to it, hopefully. And in that sense, you know, it's going to be interesting to see that in a church space and how it kind of occupies the space. You know, when people go into these spaces, or did, when it was a functioning church, it was a space for reflection and a place where people maybe considered themselves and their kind of place in the world and the universe. And so we wanted to make something that was kind of a bit metaphysical. It would be nice if we kind of did something small that just made, for a short period of time, made people kind of just consider something about, you know, themselves and about kind of where they sit in the broader scheme of things, and maybe they might kind of put their phone down for 5 minutes. That would be nice.